And look, as we focused on those terrible events in Sydney, overseas, there was a grim escalation in the campaign by Iran and other Islamist groups to destroy Israel, the only country in the Middle East with a democratic parliament comprised of Jews and Muslims, men and women. As the munitions were launched from Iran on Saturday night, 350 plus ballistic missiles, suicide drones and cruise missiles rained down on Israel. Now, in a tribute to Israel's military sophistication and readiness, nearly all of the missiles and drones were shot down. Israel's air defences are the best in the world because they need to be. And it's good that Israel's friends, America, Britain and plucky Jordan, also shot down some of the incoming weaponry. For about 12 hours, every country except Iran's de facto allies, Russia and China, well, they were all on Israel's side, at least rhetorically. But the moment the missiles stopped, it wasn't the Iranian crowd screaming death to Israel or the mullahs in charge racing to get their nuclear weapons that seemed to worry Western governments. No, their urgent concern was to stop Israel from hitting back, even though it should now be obvious to everyone that it's not Israel that's the aggressor here, but the Islamist fanatics who glory in martyrdom and fight for a new Holocaust that destroys the Jews from the river to the sea. Now, there are 2 points to make here. First, there can be no even-handedness or moral equivalence between liberal, pluralist Israel and the murderous fanatics desperate to deal out death to the infidels. Apart from anything else, those desperate for martyrdom are no less hostile to us. We are only marginally safe in the West at the moment because they appear to be more focused on Israel than on us. That will change. Sadly, that will change. And that's why the Albanese government should stop bracketing an almost non-existent Islamophobia with the rampant anti-Semitism that at best it tepidly condemns. And the government must accept that Israel has a right, even a duty, to destroy all the entities pledged to its own annihilation. Second, that the rapidly deteriorating strategic situation internationally makes a mockery of the government's plans to give us more weaponry, but not for a decade away, when the danger is now. We don't just need more ships and subs and planes in the 2030s and 40s, we need them now. And given that we can't get big new military platforms quickly, we should at least be developing the new weaponry like low-cost drones and anti-drone measures that Australian companies are now building for Ukraine, but not for us. From the PM and the Foreign Minister down, there's not just an ambivalence about Israel, but a dreadful complacency about the challenges we could soon face, and wishful thinking that actual fighting is never something that Australia might have to do. Now, we must wake up here. The weekend's events in the Middle East have only emphasised just how ill-prepared we are for any conflict and how relatively defenceless we would be against a serious threat. At the same time, it shows just how serious the general threat to all our allies and to us is rapidly becoming. As others have said, we are sleepwalking through lotus land, and we are. It's way past time to wake up and look at our defences, not for a decade's time, but now.